Power. Every person wants to have it. Every person wants to feel it. There is something very attractive about power. People love the idea of being powerful. It's the reason society loves movies and TV shows full of superheroes with extraordinary abilities. It's why people enjoy characters who simply radiate power and give off an aura of strength and dominance. But how many people are actually striving to be more powerful? If you do not have the goal to become more powerful in life, then you are simply wasting away your life. You are wasting away the glorious potential that lies within you. You could have been a great oak tree, but you stayed a little acorn. What a waste. It is a disgrace for a man to never see what he is truly capable of. It is a tragedy for a man to go to the grave only scratching the surface of who he could have truly been. It's like a man who had $1 million in the bank, but never even knew it. Don't be that man. As kings, we are designed to be powerful and use that power for the good of the world. In this video, we'll discuss the 6 things you need to be powerful upon this earth. Number 1, courage. Courage is the ability to persevere and withstand danger, fear, or difficulty. A life without courage is a weak life. You must face your hardships and trials with courage, with the heart of a lion. Every day you wake up, the world will be against you, trying to make you weak, trying to make you timid, trying to make you discouraged and negative in your mindset, attempting to keep you addicted to vices, and working to make you ineffective and powerless. The agenda of the enemy is to make you buckle under the pressure and crumble. But fellow kings, it is your choice if you will let these things beat you down and win, or if you will rise up and beat your problems till you submit them. Learning to not back down from the problems of life and facing anything that comes at you with unwavering courage is fundamental to your journey of becoming powerful. Have the courage to be strong, to be brave, to be positive and useful in this present day world. You must fight against the evil lies with the weapons of righteousness and truth in your heart. The only being worthy of fear is God himself. Fear no man, fear no beast. You are not commanded to fear man or beast, so why should you? The man who is bold and fearless is a man who cannot be tamed. And interestingly enough, those who are weak and in darkness will fear such a man, and those who are righteous and strong themselves will greatly respect him. Stand with courage in your life and in the face of adversity, and you should do well. Number 2, a man needs focus. Without focus, a man is wandering through life aimlessly. A man who lacks focus can only be one thing: distracted. Being distracted in life will keep you running on a hamster wheel. Even with all your running, you are still in the same place. Having your eyes glued to a screen or chasing vain pursuits just for the sake of pleasure will keep you on the hamster wheel. It will keep you from focusing on your mission and purpose in life. You must break free. Your mind, your heart, and your spirit should all be aligned like a perfectly straight arrow, aimed with precision and piercing the world with power and goodness. Now let's take it further. Let's say you decide to be focused. What will you focus on? Now, a focused man is a dangerous man. He can be a danger to that which is evil, but he could also be a danger to that which is good. With focus, a man can do great things, or he can do terrible things. It all depends on what you focus on. You can use it to build, or you can use it to destroy. It can be the fire used to make a wonderful meal, or it can be the fire that sets an entire forest ablaze. One is beneficial and constructive. The other is undeniably destructive. Be watchful on what you choose to focus on. Many evil men used their focus to achieve large things in life and gain power over others, but what they achieved was harmful to the world. Focus on that which is good in order to truly reap the benefits and have complete power. Number 3, principle. A man without principle has no foundation. Whatever he builds will eventually sink and be no more. A man must live by a moral standard. He must live by a code that is right and true. A man with principle is a man who is like a mountain. He cannot be moved by the wind. He cannot be blown away by the things of the world. He is steadfast. He is concrete. He is powerful. A man who can easily be moved by the influences of others is without a doubt a weak man. A man who lives a morally degenerate life is a man who lacks conviction and standards. He cannot stand strong when the time comes because he doesn't actually stand for anything. He doesn't have any values to stand for. Having integrity and living with powerful values is the mark of being a man of principle. You must do what is right even when no one is watching. People can act and put on a show for others and pretend to be good people. But who you are behind closed doors reveals your true character. Choose to live a life of honor, a life of justice, a life of mercy, graciousness, and compassion. Choose to live a life that you would be proud of, not ashamed of. Live an honest and truthful life. Refuse to be deceitful. If you have to hide what you are doing, then it has to be wrong. Your own conscience is the witness. That is why you are hiding it, and that is why you would be ashamed if others found out. The man who sleeps with a married woman is a man who is guilty of adultery. He is partaking in the breaking of that couple's marriage vows. It doesn't matter if the woman decided to break her marriage vows and her promise. If you take part in the act, you are guilty of helping her break those vows, helping her break her word. You are guilty of committing adultery. A man who sleeps with another man's wife is a man of dishonor. He secretly and deceitfully commits this transgression. Did he call the woman's husband before committing adultery? No, he did not have the boldness and courage to do so. He knows it's wrong. He has no principle. A man who does what is right will taste the reward. A man who does what is wicked will taste his reward as well. Whatever is done in the darkness will one day come to the light. Be good to others the way you would expect others to be good to you. Having principles that you honor in your heart will make others honor you. People respect those who respect themselves. If you respect yourself, you will live the life of a just man. Being a man of principle will cause you to be a man who is truly powerful. Number 4, a man needs strength. People gravitate towards people who exude strength. There is something very impressive about a man who has a strong body. A strong body is a powerful body. It shows the man has a certain level of discipline and determination to be where he is today. It didn't happen overnight. It shows persistence and a certain level of mental fortitude. It is hardwired in our DNA to be protectors, to be warriors and providers. Physical strength is important to fulfill those roles. Every man should put in the work to be strong both physically and mentally, to push himself to his limits and conquer his own self. He should have a strong mind, a strong heart, a strong body. Your physical strength can pull a helpless body out of a burning car. Your mental strength will give you the courage to go in and actually do it. Strength is an important part of being a powerful man. Use your time to be strong in every aspect of your life. Our ancestors had to hunt for their food and face the hardships of nature in a way that most of us do not have to. They had to face the elements, They had to fight to protect their tribe from predators and enemies. They had to suffer, and they did not have the comforts we have today. They had to be strong. Don't waste time sitting around and letting your body and mind waste away. Make yourself tough. Force yourself to train your muscles, no matter how much your mind doesn't want to. Jump in that cold shower and embrace the discomfort. Fight the weakness within and show yourself who's the boss. You are the master of your body and your mind. Challenge yourself and witness the glorious potential you have. It is your right to do so. Number 5, fighting skills. A man must be able to fight. In times past, people would not consider you a man until you could fight. Boys would train at an early age so that they could be warriors in their tribe. It was a requirement as a man. You cannot always depend on a gun or weapon. What if you are inside an airport or in a situation where you've somehow lost your weapon? What will you do? You must be able to fight with your own 2 hands. Knowing how to fight makes a man walk around with real confidence. Oftentimes, it is a quiet confidence that doesn't need to boast. Yet his power can be sensed by others. This is a man who can handle himself against confrontation. Life itself is a fight. From the moment you are born, the fight begins. You come into the world with your mother in pain from labor. The umbilical cord is severed. You look like a bloody mess. Screaming, crying, blood, tears, pain, and a spank to the butt from the doctor to get you to take your first breath. All this happens on the first day you enter into your life. None of this sounds peaceful or comfortable. It sounds brutal and harsh. Yet it is still beautiful. A life has come into the world. So if this is how you enter into the world, who says that life is supposed to be a bed of roses without any discomfort, pain, or struggle? You have to fight your whole life. You have to fight for your values. Fight to protect those you love. You have to fight against everything in the world that is trying to make you weak. You have to fight to make an impact and a mark on the world. You have to fight for the oppressed. You have to fight to be free. Any worthy cause that has been achieved in this world came with a price. It came with a fight. Some fights were mental, while others were physical. Nonetheless, fighting is the reality of this life. It is going to happen till the final day when your body fights for its last breath. So throw away all the weak voices that try to make men timid and harmless little things. You are designed to fight. When you face danger, your body and mind goes into fight or flight mode. Your adrenaline kicks in, making your brain process things faster, which makes time seem to slow down. Your heart rate rises. Your blood pressure rises. Your body gets ready for action. Now you can choose to run or fight. Some people may choose to freeze, but running or fighting is your only chance of survival in the face of danger. This is ingrained into our DNA, yet the world has taught us to deny our natural masculinity and never tap into that primal power to fight. They teach us to run and hide and cower in fear, but they don't want us to learn to fight, because if that happens, we can rise up and turn this wicked world upside down. We can mess up their plans to keep us enslaved and docile, but they cannot stop us. We are the tribe of kings, and we are powerful. Alright, so fighting should be natural and instinctual. It may be buried deep within you. You just have to tap into it and let it come out to the surface. Boxing and Muay Thai are great arts which will turn you into a powerful striker while staying standing on your feet. In a street fight, you want to stay standing up. You do not want the fight to go to the ground. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a great martial art as well, but one tool doesn't work for all situations. Putting a guy in a triangle choke out in the streets could get you soccer kicked in the head by his buddy, or even stabbed. Learning to take down opponents and throw them to the floor without ending up on the ground yourself is a valuable skill. Wrestling and judo will help you with that. A good throw on concrete will end a fight in seconds. You may have reasons that are stopping you from joining a fighting gym. In that case, get a heavy punching bag at home and start learning as much as you can. You can learn a lot of basic and advanced things at home just off YouTube. There is no excuse. Just be aware that there is a lot of garbage information out there that isn't realistic and can get you killed. That's where real sparring is important. Get some buddies you can trust and spar with each other. Try to make it as realistic as possible. Find out what works and find out what doesn't work. How do you think people learned how to fight in the past? Through trial and error. By spending time learning to fight, you'll be rewarded in so many ways. You'll be stronger, you'll have faster reflexes. You'll learn to be calm under pressure. You will be tougher, and if you spend the time, you'll become deadly. Use that power responsibly to defend yourself or others if needed. The true warrior doesn't go looking for a fight, but he is ready if the fight comes to him. A harmless man and a peaceful man are different. The harmless man is not capable of great violence. He's not choosing peace. He's just weak. In order to be considered peaceful, a man must be capable of great violence. Yet he chooses to control himself and live as peacefully as possible. But to be clear, oftentimes, violence is necessary to bring peace. If your wife was in danger by the attack of an enemy, the only way to bring peace to the situation is to eradicate the danger. Being able to handle such situations makes a man immensely powerful. Number 6. A link to the source of power. Whatever you plug into will influence you and change you. A light bulb is useless unless it has a source of electricity. A car isn't going anywhere without a battery and an engine. Some people use steroids as their source of power. Some people use money or status as their source of power. Some drugs can make someone feel much stronger and more powerful. These things don't last, so getting power from these things are temporary and limited in what they can do for you. And they also come with negative side effects, which you do not want in your life. If you want to be immensely powerful in life, you have to get it from the right source. You have to get it from the true source. The universe in all its power and greatness has a beginning itself. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. The Big Bang Theory is an idiotic and flawed theory. All the matter of the universe did not just pop into existence from absolutely nothing. Energy had to be transferred for the universe to begin. Matter does not come from nothing. Where did it all come from? The source of all power is ultimately God. He is the most powerful being there is, and you would not be breathing right now without him. A man can deny his roots as much as he wants, but the roots are still there. We humans have a sense of morality within our hearts. We have a conscience for right and wrong. As it has been said, for there to be a moral law, there must be a moral law giver. In order to become powerful on another level, your life has to be linked to God himself. Your heart must be right before him. You cannot displease the one who commands the sun, the oceans, stars, galaxies, lightning, and all of existence, and expect to live a life full of blessing where God honors you. If you want God to honor you in life, you must honor him. Yourself exists because of God, so your sense of self cannot be complete without God. To have a higher sense of self, you must be linked to the source of yourself. Having a higher sense of self causes a man to hold himself to a noble and honorable standard of moral living and thinking. If you want your life to radiate blessing and radiate honor, you must live in proper alignment with God. Righteousness will never steer a man the wrong way. It will only elevate a man to greater heights and greater power. The same way a polar bear would not be happy living in the African safari. A man will not be happy and feel like he is in the right place if he is not connected to his natural source. God is man's natural habitat. An environment with God is where man truly thrives. Most men are surviving, but how many men are thriving? There are so many rich and popular men who commit suicide or are unfulfilled in their minds and hearts because they are missing God in their life. It's like being a fish out of water. A fish cannot fully be himself without water, and you as a man cannot fully be yourself without God. It is written, "Ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you." If a man seeks God with a humble heart, God will reveal himself to that man. Be honest with him in your heart, and do what is right, and watch what happens. It is written, "Of a truth I perceive that God is no respecter of persons, but in every nation he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him." It is a marvelous thing to be accepted by God, and for God to take delight in you. The man who God delights in will be an unstoppable force to reckon with. He can move mountains. God's power flows through such a man. He is the kind of man that the world cannot stand against. He is truly powerful. The man needs courage, focus, principle, strength, fighting skills, and a link to the source of ultimate power. Remember these 6 things. Keep this knowledge close to your heart, and you will shake the world as the powerful king that you are meant to be. And on that note, if you want to go higher in life, don't forget to show some love and hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, this is the Tribe of Kings.